Alright, what's going on, guys? Today we're going to be doing the Atlanta Falcons rebuild Path to the Podium episode 15. Now, I hope you guys are still enjoying the series. If you do, please leave a like and subscribe. We're trying to hit 20 subscribers before the end of February. So yeah, that would be really appreciated. Let's get started with the Atlanta Falcons rebuild. So this team honestly has decent future. I see Michael Penix, Bijan, Drake London, Darnell Mooney, Kyle Pitts, decent core, except for Kyle Pitts. Jake Matthews, they have a decent offensive line. I really like their line, especially Matthews and Lindstrom. It's their defense that really needs the help. They have, no good edges. Their linebacker core could use some help. A.J. Terrell's a decent corner. Their safety duo, unbelievable, best in the league, not even close. So, let's get started with this offseason manager. They have negative $2 million in cap space. So, we are going to find a way to get rid of Kirk Cousins. I think he's not going to be here next year, and we can't really take the dead cap hit. So, let's just restructure it, get some cap space out of it. Who else can we cut? I want to keep all these guys. Grady Jarrett, saving us $16 million could be, I don't know, man. That is tough. I mean, is there anyone else? David Onyemata. We're probably going to keep him. Caleb McGarry, probably going to keep him. It's just really tough. I mean, these guys, they're just, we're going to get rid of Malone. Definitely. Let's get rid of Helms. Don't really care about him. And honestly, we're just going to try and save cap room anywhere we can. Keep Casey Washington. Let's just try and get rid of a bunch of guys, Cut a bunch of guys, restructure. And overall, now we have a decent bit of cap room, which is nice. So who do we have to re-sign? I see Bertrand. I think he was a starter last year, wasn't he? Or was he not? He was a backup. Who else? Justin Simmons. Might be able to get him back on the 1-year deal. Oh my gosh, we have Lamar Jackson. Matt Judon, I don't think we're going to bring him back. Rondale Moore, I don't think we're going to bring him back. Yeah, I think it's going to be pretty cut and dry. And I think the only guy we're going to bring back is... Where is he? I thought I said Jake Matthews for a second. Where are you? Justin Simmons. Let's quickly go see how much he was making last year for the Atlanta Falcons. He made 1 year, $7.5 million. I'm cool doing that again. And while I'm here, if you guys are still wondering why I don't have headphones, I showed you guys in the last video. You can watch the Path to the Podium for Indianapolis Colts. I showed you how I snap my headphones. Yeah, so I got to get some new ones, which is going to be fun, but yeah, I need some new headphones. That's pretty much it. Who else? If we're getting rid of Judon, we're going to want to... Honestly, who is cheaper? Whoever is cheaper between signing Judon or Lorenzo Carter. Yeah, it's going to be Lorenzo Carter. He was on $4.5 million a year, and I'm cool with bringing him back on a 1 year at that same price. $4.5 million. We give him a lot guaranteed, though, which is fine because it's 1 year and we're done. And other than that, I think that we can just leave our $9.9 million and let's take a look. We got Penix and Kirk. Kirk's going to be gone, so we're probably going to grab a quarterback in the draft. Bijan and Tyler Algier, I'm fine with that. Wide receivers, I'm fine with these 4 as well. Tight end, fine with. Offensive line, we need a center now. Who was our starting center last year? Drew Dahlman, and we lost him. Let's just try and get him back. I didn't realize that he was our starting center. He was on a rookie deal, $1.4 million a year. Let's just try Let's try 2 mil. Want to keep him around 40%. He accepts. Now we have our center back. We can probably use maybe one more guy who can play everywhere, kind of. But honestly, we could just pick some really depth guys up for that. We don't need to worry about that right now. Let's take a look at our interior line. Fine. Edge is fine. Linebacker. We are in desperate need of some corners. I see that now. Let's just get some guys like Jeff Okuda. What was he making last year? I'm pretty sure. I don't remember where he was. I guess we could just look at what the Falcons corners are making and try and re-sign them. Corners, we have Clark Phillips. Mike Hughes is making $3.5 million a year. Can we re-sign him? So if we do $3.5 million again for 2 years, 35%, he accepts that. Good. And then let's get one more guy that we can do. Cam Sutton. What were you on last year? He was not a lot. So could I give you like a 1 year, $2 million deal? 35%? Perfect. And I think we're going to save the rest of this for grabbing, actually we have Young Wei Koo as well. We're going to save this for grabbing the rest of the stuff we need. Just some depth guys. And yeah, I think that here we go. We have this Falcons team. We signed Cam Sutton, and then we just re-signed pretty much everyone else. Drew Dahlman, Lorenzo Carter, Mike Hughes, Cam Sutton, Justin Simmons. It was tough because of the cap situation. It's not as bad as some other teams like the Browns and the Saints, but it was still not great. But luckily, this team still has a good core around them, and I am confident in Michael Penix Jr., so hopefully let's surround him in the draft. All right, here we go. The 7-round Atlanta Falcons mock draft. Here we go. In order of picks, we have not a lot. I put this on slow. We're going to restart because I do not want this on slow. I want to get this done. I'm not here waiting for a ton of picks. So I wish you could change it as well. It looks like we're being offered 3 picks to trade up to 15. Who would I pick here if I'm the Atlanta Falcons? Not picking a safety. I could go Luther Burden, but overall, seeing as we don't have many picks in this draft, I honestly, even though it is the Chiefs, I kind of do like this offer. And then if we look at this, this one's a bad offer. I don't like this. I mean, it's 2 seconds. It's actually technically 3 seconds. It is 3 seconds. I mean, but for this one, we get a first, pick 31. We could still grab a stud kind of player. 39, and I want to do it for this year. So I'm going to accept this Chiefs offer and add another pick to our arsenal. They trade up to take Luther Burden. Oh, no, they took a Tyler Booker. Never mind. I saw Luther Burden go next to the Cardinals. So now we're pick 31. We traded back, gained some capital this year. We have a lot of top-end capital. What do we need? Wide receiver would be great. An edge would be great. And I think I see an edge right here I was in offense. Mike Green. I know he's not really like the linebacker type edge that you want to see out of. I should have probably taken Jalen Walker. I think he's a good fit for the Falcons, but I still am going to go Mike Green. He really showed out in the Senior Bowl this year, and I really like him as a prospect. So I think our first pick is going to be at edge, going with Mike Green. Trading back 7 spots to gain pick number 20. So we have a couple picks coming up, but we gain another one if we trade back. Who do I see here? Harold Fannin Jr., not interested. We have Kyle Pitts. I know he's trash, but I don't care. Not interested in Marion Hampton. I am interested, however, in Trey Amos. Trey Amos is a very solid corner, and we could use another guy right beside A.J. Terrell. And I think, yeah, our next move is also going to be on defense, and it's going to be the corner out of Ole Miss, Trey Amos. I'm super high on him, really like him as a prospect, and Ole Miss plays in a really good conference, and still he was locking up some of the best receivers in the country. And, I think that he could be a stud on Atlanta, especially not being the number one immediately coming into a team. I like Trey Amos at this position. And if I traded back, I believe he definitely would have been picked. Not really interested in any of these deals. End of the second, beginning of the third. Let's start talking. Harold Fannin Jr. is still here. Honestly, do we just go best player available here and take Harold Fannin Jr. because of how kind of trash Kyle Pitts has been? Get him back up and coming. However, I don't think that's what they're going to do. Just because I'm not, I don't think so. It's not going to happen. But I do see a bunch of receivers here. Savion Williams, Xavier Restrepo, and Jaden Higgins, and Tez Johnson. I normally would go Tez Johnson in this scenario. However, I'm going to switch it up, and I'm going to go with Savion Williams, the 6'5 receiver. I'm actually not going to go with the 6'5 receiver because our number one guy is already Drake London, who is that 6'4", really tall receiver. And you have Darnell Mooney, who's like that kind of smaller, faster receiver. So we need someone in the middle, or even smaller, like Xavier Restrepo. In the middle is really not even Tez Johnson. But overall, actually, I think I am going to go Savion Williams, the 6'5 receiver. I think, two outsides, having a 6'4 and a 6'5 receiver on the outside, and then having Darnell Mooney in the slot, that would be a deadly combo between the three of them. We could trade back with the Chiefs again, gain a third and fourth for next year. I'm not going to do that because we're preparing this Falcons team to take a big step forward if Penix is able to do that. So Jackson Dart just got taken by the Steelers. And I see Dion Walker still here, and I see Marcus Mabeau is still here. Marcus Mabeau is going to be the pick here because Jake Matthews is a good left tackle. Caleb McGarry, not the biggest fan of him at right tackle. He's decent, but having depth at the offensive line position, Marcus Mabeau could probably play most positions anyway, from tackle to guard. And overall, I'm not too unconfident in him, so we can take around him. So now we're at pick 117. I see running back and receiver, don't need that. Tackle, we don't need that. Edge, we didn't need that. Tight end, we don't need that. And I see Shmuel Mondon Jr. And I think that we're probably going to go with him because our linebacker core is in desperate need of some help. We only have Caden Ellis and Troy Anderson. Both decent, both not amazing. So I think we're going to get some linebacker talent. I do like Kobe Bryant too here, but our next pick isn't until 201, which is round 7. So what we're going to do, I want to get a backup quarterback. I see Riley Leonard, Kyle McCord, Curtis Rourke. Ideally, I'd want Kyle McCord, so when Riley Leonard goes, I might try and trade up. Smile Mondon Jr. We got Riley Leonard still here. He's still here. No one's taking him. Oh, they both went. Okay, both of them went. So, Seattle could use a quarterback. They traded that pick. Okay, Curtis Rourke is projected at 216, so let's wait until... I think we actually should be fine. Yeah, so we're all good on this. We kind of missed out on the two of them, but let's just go Curtis Rourke out of Indiana. Backup quarterback for Penix. He's a decent QB, and, we're playing this as if Kirk Cousins isn't still here. So take him in the 6th round. Hopefully he can be a decent backup, but you never know. Perfect. So only 6 picks in this draft, but I think every single pick in this draft will be a decent pick. I mean, Mike Green is a very good edge rusher. You've got Trey Amos as a decent corner. Savion Williams as a very decent receiver. So overall, I think that these three can make an immediate impact. Marcus Mabeau, late for depth, can be a decent impact. And Smile Mondon Jr., I'm confident on him as well. I like him as a linebacker prospect. So let's take a look at this team. Penix and Rourke is the second. Bijan Algier, Drake London, Savion Williams, and Darnell Mooney is the receiver. Kyle Pitts, Jake Matthews, Bergeron, Dahlman, Lindstrom, McGarry, and Mabeau. Grady Jarrett, Onyemata, Zach Harrison, Mike Green at edge, Caden Ellis, Arnold Ebikiti, AJ Terrell, Trey Amos, Simmons, Bates, Mike Hughes. I think this team is also going to be kind of in the same area as they were last year, especially in a division that's not too stacked. I think they're going to be in the playoff hunt. They have a lot of talent. If Michael Penix, I'm more confident in Michael Penix taking a step forward than I am of Anthony Richardson, which is why I put him over the Colts in this rebuild. But overall, I think, they have the talent, obviously. Bijan Robinson, Drake London, the best safety duo in the league, AJ Terrell, and the new guys I drafted. And they could definitely be in the hunt again with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, especially if the Buccaneers decide to regress because they're going to lose Chris Godwin and their team is getting older. So if they can just, if they can take a step forward from last year, there's no reason why they won't be in the hunt. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will see you in the next episode.